All right. Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your agent of animated awesome. And today is Monday. We will be doing four more episodes of Speed Racer. We're well into the second half of the series, and these are 31 through 34. But before we get too much further into it, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about these episodes. Let me know what you think about Speed. Let me know what you think about the movie. Did you see the movie? We are going to review it because popular demand. And just leave me a comment. And if you could, watch it a little longer than usual. I'll try to make this go by a little faster. But four episodes is a lot. It's just a layered cartoon, really. All right. You got that checkered flag up? Let's drop it and let's roll.
Stop action both on and off the track with Speed Racer. Watch him weekdays at 3:30 on WSNS TV 44 Chicago.
We begin with part one of Gang of Assassins, which is really Gang of Ninja because that's the literal translation or transliteration, pardon me. Lightning quick ninja cars, pardon me. Hayate Ninja Ka Zenpen. October 29th, 1967. The rest of them go to November 19th, 1967. So there you got that. Well, we start out right away somewhere in the country of Japan. So Speed is actually racing in Japan. Here are the ninja car. They're called the Gang of Assassins, but which, is what ninja are, right? They're planting a little bomb here in this pagoda sort of looking building right there. There's traditional Japanese weapons and samurai armor. And we find out that they're in Fujiyama because there's the mountain right behind you. And it's the 30th lap of the Fujiyama Grand Prix. And guess who is racing? Speed and Racer X. So we know it's going to be in there. And everyone's cheering Speed because they don't know secretly that Racer X is his older brother Rex. And he wins. Speed wins. But this time, Speed's very modest here, and so is Racer X. They shake hands. See, this is a lovely shot. And, Pops is proud of him, and he wishes his brother Rex was there to see it. And but Trixie's like, let's go on a drive. And the little turds, Spritle and Chim Chim want to go along. And they're listening to the radio. Speed is the hero of the entire racing world. That's not going to embiggen his ego at all. The bomb goes off and kills a bunch of people, or at least injures. There are a bunch of diplomats in town, as we'll find out. And the ninjas smoke or give them gas pellets. And the Splendor Castle, that's what it is. And the ninja attack. So the little turds fall out of the trunk because they don't have a frickin' lock on the trunk. Jeez. And they're trying to blow up everybody, and now they go. The robot bird is launched. They throw their stars. One ninja dies because he falls and splat. Where kill one and two more take its place. Well, it might be Hydra, but ninja are very similar. And then their stars hit the shuriken hit the robot. They're up to something, Speed. Pew, pew, pew. And they use this, which grabs hold of it. Pff, Speed's got a flat. So we've got to change it. And they're going to smoke him out, but the police wake up, and then the ninja leave. Spritle brags about being tough, and he was about to handle him, and Trixie yells at him, and he gets embarrassed. So two-part episodes get way more character development every time for the show. They're happy to have Speed around, and all laugh. While they're out on their drive, Racer X shows up and tells Speed to mind his business. And then he goes and applies for the Gang of Assassins. And he's pulling, he shoots. Off they go. Now look, 1, 2, 3 with a monkey on it. So there's 3 people here. They've had all 4 of them in the front. This is something to remember for later on. They see what I suppose they probably called a geisha, but Trixie's like, nope. Keep your eyes on other sites. She's jealous, even though Speed's never. I mean, he's been tempted, I'm sure, but geez. So Lake Biwa. Now I was trying to figure out which Japanese monster movie was in Lake Biwa. Anybody that remembers can let me know in the comments. I thought it was Monster Zero, otherwise known by the unfortunate official moniker of Invasion of Astro Monster. Bleh. But that's what I thought. I couldn't find it though, so let me know in the comments. Racer X gets attacked by the ninja and throws him around, and then Gunsel, who's the boss, is like, "All right, you're in." Suddenly, a dragon breaks out, and everyone goes underwater, and they're plotting to try to take over the world.
What are you doing tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky.
What?
Never mind.
It cracks me up that Bruce doesn't get that reference. Mister is prepared for everything. He would not be prepared for two genetically altered lab mice trying to take over the world. Yes. So off they go. And here, Speed is in the hideout of the assassin gang. Uh-oh, don't miss it. And so we won't. Part 2. This part's right up there. These are all moving. Speed says the obvious for the audience, but he manages, even though he gets hooked by the chains. See, these are very traditional ninja weapons. Gunsel, of course, offers him. He shows him around. He says, "Hey," you open a door and there's a bunch of ninja fighting, and there you go. There's the cars, and that is Mr. Destiny, Mr. Anarchy, Mr. Somebody or another. He's got a pretty cool name and an interesting look. But of course, he's going to kill Speed. Racer X says he'll take care of the kid. They throw him in jail for some reason. Now he's left these three, and they're looking for him. And then they find some kids who are playing with the Mach 5. And Spritel bribes him with everyone's candy. So he can be a good sport, and off they go. 1, 2, 3. And there's the dragon again. Fortunately, I mean, Trixie's she's probably not trained as well as Speed, but she's a good race car driver. So off they go. Now we find out that the dragon's really a sub. No monsters in this show yet. Worldwide Assassins. That's the WWA, not the 3WA, which harbors the dirty pair. And there they go. They find each other, but they've left Spritel and Chim Chim in the trunk. So guess who comes to the rescue? There's where the bomb's going to be. Racer X tries to get to be able to take care of them, but they say, no, you've got to do something else, or he's actually going to take care of the bomb. But they're going to have him kill all the people there. I just like this. Spritel's dislocating his arms. Use the gun on him. And what a perfect shot he is. He shoots and frees them all. Yep. So there's a lot of gun battles in here, which would not fly today because they generally they cut down a lot of people in this episode. Professor, he gets them out, and there's a lot of explosives down there, so he's just going to plant the time bomb. Someone's taking our cars. We get to see the buzzsaws scream. So just figure out what that was about. They go down, he blows up. And now Chim Chim and Spritel are up in the dragon car, the dragon ship, which can fly, the dragon plane. See? That's a great shot, even though that really looks like the robot plane or the robot spy, but it catches him. But they clunk him on the head, down he goes, and they leave the pilot and everyone inside to die. Boom! And it lands on the ninja cars. So there they go. And he blows up the base. And Speed asks him if he's some kind of secret agent. He says, "Nope, I'm just a driver." Now let's pause for a station identification. You are watching Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters on KXNO, part of the Zenorama Broadcasting Network. We now return you to our regularly scheduled program. So now we have the two single episodes, The Race for Life, also known as the Tempestuous Showdown, Arashi no Keto. Arashi is also storm cloud, changing storm cloud ninja, Arashi, something I was never, I've watched a couple episodes, but never seen it. But Race for Life. So Speed is in Mexico, and we get a lot of accents. South American Grand Prix. Now, Mexico is not in South America. Mexico is in North America, but it's a Japanese cartoon. Who knows? And Speed's not driving the Mach 5. He's in a supercharged Formula One, and he gets to be kissed by Mariposa or Maria Posa. Mariposa is Spanish for butterfly. And Trixie's steaming a little bit, and the boys are laughing at her. There's her brother, or that's Jose, giving her a serum because their other brother has been bit by a poisonous serpent, which could be. I mean, if it's that deadly, I mean, there's copperheads and rattlesnakes and water moccasins and coral snakes. The coral snake would be the one that would be the most deadly, but it has to chew on you. But anyway, she tries to get away. Her truck blows up, but she's still alive. Speed dumps him. They're in the bull ring. The bull shows up, but they give up. I don't remember what this dude's name is, but you can tell he's squinting like Clint Eastwood. So somebody's been watching some westerns, and the spaghetti westerns were huge in Japan. So they influenced a lot of cartoons and or live action superhero shows. Juan was the one who was bitten by snake. I'm assuming Jose was too, but a poison snake. And that's the village of Tornado. And of course, you can see this guy. He's the bad guy. He's the bad guy. But they're still waiting for the serum, Fransco, which is probably supposed to be Francesco, but they, that's what Peter wrote it as. So there's his spy with an eagle on his shoulder. All right, the Mach 5, but the Mach 5 is in Mexico, so off they go. And of course, the little dinks hide. I don't know how they can't tell. Speed should know the way that car should feel and weigh all the time. So he's questioning. He tells Trixie that she can't go with him because the Mach 5 can only hold two people in the front seat. We've seen that's not true in several episodes. But, it's like they don't even watch the show. They're in the water. They break the bridge underground. Spritle says something's wrong, so Chim Chim opens it up and gets drenched. Speed was knocked out, but now he's awake. It's creaking, and it's going to go over the falls. These buzzsaws are strong. So they do. This is not a good episode, particularly. I mean, it's all right, but there's a lot of far-fetching. And they get out because Chim Chim helps them, and they use the wind. They take a tire off and use the rear axles as a winch to pull the car out of the water. Yeah. So they're still trying to kill him. So they get away. You can imagine where Speed kicked the guy. And Fransko reveals his true colors. But no! Chim Chim and Spritle to the rescue. Oh, Sprittle. I forget what we were calling Chidle to the rescue. And Jose or Juan is fine. And now these idiots set fire to the town. And Spritle growls. Chittle growls because they're both growling. Yeah. So they burn the town down, and Speed goes off after Fransko. And you can see what's going to happen here. I feel bad for the horse. It's just doing his job, but off they go. Horse is dead. I mean, even if it's not, they're going to put it out of its misery because it's hurt real bad. So Juan says, we'll rebuild the town better than before. They shake hands and all laugh. Probably at something Chittle is doing. And Maria, and they go, it says Marie in the subtitles, but in the dub, it says Maria Posa. The next exciting episode of Speed Racer is the Supersonic car. And we bounce back from the tempestuous showdown to record breaker rampage. Well, we bounce back a bit. This is also doesn't have a race in it at all. There it is. And guess who's piloting it? Speed, but it cracks up because there are saboteurs there. Speed pulls it and he cracks apart, and they're made by the Vavoom Motor Company. So you can tell. There it is. Speed's bandaged up, and this guy here is one of the villains. Yeah. So he blames both Pops and Speed for it. These guys figured out they're the investigators, but this guy is like, nope, I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. Black it. So he's got a gun in them, and he makes the engineer or the investigator say it was something else because he doesn't want to get shot in the back. Which, what was he going to do? Shoot him in the back right there? They'd know something was up. So there's our head of Vavoom, Mr. Furno. That's the other villain. So they have new tryouts to race, and guess who shows up? Pistonok. They have a bunch of people show up, but so Speed signs up again to take the tryouts and passes everything. They ask him questions. American Dream doth their roads with Wraithen, with a race car driver. They named a car after him, baby. And the next applicant is their 555, which of course is, Go Mafune, right? Speed Racer. And so he passes. Yeah, there it is. It's Maha Go Go Go. So now they're going to plan to take care of them. They've got a gang in what looks to be a hearse. They shoot at Pops and try to kill him, but then the cops show up. So off they go. Now we've got number 2, a supersonic rocket. Mach 08. Then they realize something's wrong. Speed jumps out and lands, but he failed again. But this time, Mr. Vavoom is going to take over himself, the investigation. So they've got to kill everybody. Twert is the guy that was responsible for that. And Blackett shoots him dead. Off he goes. And now this car, which is not a race car, is out racing the Mach 5. I mean, I know that they had different, crews working on the animation and stories, but and these are kind of filler-ish, definitely, I feel. There are better one-parters, but these 2 that we're doing here are not. I know. He's not going to shoot him, but he's got 5 other guys with guns. And Blackett leaves. Speed guns all of them down dead. I mean, who taught Speed how to shoot? And then Blackett dies because it crashes. Well, actually, he doesn't. I thought he did, but he pulls him out. So they didn't even have to try to fake it. Oh, he'll sleep it off. He'll walk it off. Put some salt on it. So his whole crew quits, but Pops and Speed go together. And Mr. Furno, there he goes, number 3. Fortunately, Chittle is there listening, eating ice pops and listening into these morons. And Spritle crawls up through the exhaust of this rocket car and is in the car. Now you'll notice Speed is strapped in. Well, he's not really strapped in, but he's got oxygen. He's got that. And these 2 are just standing there, but they can't get out now. Off they go. Because this is where it was going to blow up as the car drove over it, but it went to Mach 1.6. Now, Spritle should be jelly on the back of the cockpit there because of the intense pressure. That would be ridiculous on them. And when they took off, they'd have been thrown back because they were stationary. It's inertia, physics. But fortunately, it's a cartoon, and Chittle are immune to it. So they're all happy. He saved the company. They failed, and Inspector Detector shows up last minute and arrests them. And thanks for warning me about my bomb. And the company will be a big success. And this is a great shot of Speed there, and I should have used it in the title card, but maybe next time, maybe next week. But that is it. So let's pause here for a little more station.
Alloy wheels, chrome details, custom paint, premium stereo. The mystery machine has room for 5. And the power and handling you expect from a quality driving machine. What the? Oh! Speed Racer on Cartoon Network.
Dogs should not drive.
All right, so tomorrow we will be reviewing It Conquered the World. This is a redo from about 500 episodes ago. Yeah, I'd say it was before I went to YouTube with it, so that's why we get another one. It is one of my favorite ones. I wish that there would be a fine Blu-ray of it, but maybe in the future. All right, so until then, my fellow agents, until our next assignment, this is X7 signing off and phasing out. And remember, the sun never sets on those who ride into it.
What's this all about? What's everybody running from?
It's the end of everything.
What do you mean?
I'm not arguing theory, General. I'm here to ask you, to beg you, to save your own world.
It, the most fascinating mastermind man can conceive. A monster that can control all sources of the Earth's power. Able to pull man-made spaceships from their orbits. Making of those it chooses slaves. Of this woman, a willing handmaiden. Of the chief of police, a cold-blooded killer.
Well, I've known you for 5 years. You just killed a man in cold blood. Why? I'll have to place you under protective custody.
Peter Graves, the scientist who fought it. Beverly Garland, who believed her love stronger than it. Lee Van Cleef, whose brilliant mind was captured by it.
Are you really ready to stop loving me?
I'll need you even when no emotion exists.
For a few dollars, you can hire a woman who'll fit all your fetishes. She'll match your requirements perfectly. Then if you ever get tired of her, you can always run down to the employment agency for another.
You'll know terror to freeze your blood. You'll feel the heart-stopping strength of the most fearful monster ever known.
You think you're gonna make a slave of the world? I'll see you in hell first.
It conquered the world.